Hello, party people. Jack Bigadoo here. I'm the Hood Sommelier. Hope you guys are doing well. It is Monday, and as we know, Monday does suck. Monday sucks, and we are here to chat about it. This week, we will talk a lot about, I'd like to call it, Are You Okay? We'll talk a lot about Are You Okay? It's the last week of dry January. So if you guys were patiently waiting, this is your last week to actually be good. After you make it through this weekend, you should be fine to start back on any bad habit or good habit, we'll call it, depending on who is saying it. But you know, Monday doesn't happen by myself here. I have the man, the myth, the legend, the Jason Mraz sweater wearer of the Mondays. My man, the myth, the legend, Tim. What's happening?
Oh man, every week you're hitting me with the burners, man. You're
Yeah.
hitting me with the burners.
Let me see. Let me see here. Let me see here. I'm gonna go off here right now, and it's Monday. We are on. We are here. I'm going to actually live on Instagram here. If you're here, thanks for
Oh, you already
joining.
okay. Okay,
I
okay, cool.
appreciate it. Let me see here. We have everything we need right here. Um, Let me see if I can get everybody to join us here. I'm here. Thanks for joining. It's Monday. Thanks for joining. Y'all are rocking with us every Monday here. We cannot do this without y'all. If you here and it's Monday suck. Last week of dry January. So if you're doing dry January, I want to make sure we are supporting you through the process. You still can have a good time. You still can have fun without having to worry about not being the cool one. That's the best way I can put it. Not being the cool one. Let me make sure I have my text pull up here because I want to make sure our guests can make it. Uh, let's see here. Two person. Let me see. Turn it. Okay. All right. All right. That's good. That's good. That's good. Our guest is back there. I want to make sure that everybody is on. Tim, I don't see you on. You're not on IG.
I requested, my
Tim
dude.
is different, having some
I
difficulties
requested.
today. I
I
I
requested.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. If you guys
I
here,
requested.
cheers. Tell me what you're drinking or not drinking. That's one of the things that we have to go to. What you
Oh
are
my
drinking or
god.
not drinking because
Oh my
it is okay.
god.
It is okay.
I am
You are
having
not
technical issues.
drinking.
I was on the wrong
Timmy, are
account.
you on? Are you on IG?
Yeah. Yeah, I was on the wrong
I just
account.
need you here.
I'm here. I was on
Oh,
the wrong
thank you, whiskey
account.
shooter. Appreciate it.
Was on the
Thanks for
wrong
being the
account.
first one to buy a badge. Appreciate that. Appreciate you doing this.
Ah.
Let me see here. I have Timmy on. We have a special guest also today. We're gonna let him get acclimated with his camera, get ready with his with everything,
I
and yes.
tried to join with the wrong account. So that person that you weren't trying to add, that was me.
Who the fuck is that? You have like a secret account somewhere or
I
something?
got I got all kinds. I got accounts all over the place, man.
Oh my god! Like I saw that, I'm like, who is that?
That was
I'm
my
like, I don't know
barber.
that
That
guy.
was my that was
That guy
my
is not part of my people.
that was my barbering account.
How's it going? How's it going? It's Monday. Like I say, this is the last week of dry
Oh
January,
yeah.
and I want to make sure that everybody that is in today, we are supporting you while you're doing what you're doing. You
Mm,
should not
mm,
feel
mm,
alone
mm.
through this journey. We are, like I say, on Monday sucks. We are people lovers first and whiskey lovers second. So when people are trying to do better for themselves, I need to make sure that we are supporting them also in their effort of doing better in what they're doing. Uh, our guest, our guest is gonna come on soon, but
I need
before
a
that,
haircut too, buddy.
we are going to talk about a few things right now. We're going to do a quick resume, a quick breaking into this week. If you miss it this week on whiskey news, if you miss it this week, we're gonna go quickly through some whiskey news. If you missed it this week, I just actually got mine because I'm part of the cool kids now. No bragging at all. Uh, because I'm part of the cool kids now. If you're here and you're following us, uh, the new Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is out.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the new Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is
I'm
out.
not a cool kid.
Yeah, the new Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is out. It's coming at 120, 120
Wait.
proof.
Do you have a bottle or you're getting a bottle?
I have one right here.
Let's see it.
Okay.
Let's see the humble brag. Let's see it.
It came in my beautiful Elijah Craig box. With a letter.
That's cool. That's cool.
And this is the Elijah Craig
That's cool.
Barrel Proof A122 120.8. It was 60.4 ABV, and this is an 11 and 12 year batch mix. So,
oh shit! Yeah, dude, I'll send you my address. I didn't even. I forgot. Yeah, my address is different now, so people need my new address.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I had to ask your address because I was confused. Another thing that is out right now, if you're not in the whiskey industry, Barrel Seagrass is out. They came out with the
extra.
If you're like
extra.
The Barrel Seagrass is
extra,
out. It looks like this, and is a Seagrass cast strength.
16 year, right? 16 year.
It's a 16-year cast strength.
Yeah, man.
So it is out. And
that's a sexy picture. That's a sexy picture. You take that picture?
No.
Oh, it's a sexy picture.
And
good job, Barrel.
If you are somebody who feel frisky and want to spend $25,000, the new Glendronach 50-year is out. This bottle is one of a kind. It's one of the oldest stock from Glendronach, and it comes as a suggested retail price of 25 G's, $25,000,
$25K,
$25,000 suggested retail price, not actual, suggested. That means that it could be more.
Fuck.
So that's the suggested retail price. So if you're here and you love Glendronach, is the price of a Nissan Altima 2022, $25,000 for you to have it. It will be yeah, I would charge 40. You see, that's what I'm saying. And yes, Daniel.
And you know what? He'll sell it.
Daniel, the EC Barrel Proof is 120.8. That's exactly what it is.
Oh my god!
The one thing I would tell you right now about Glendronach is that I've never seen them to be over oak, and the reason why I never seen them to be over oak is because they usually are the way they actually, the barrel maintenance is kind of top notch, so you can't actually go wrong with Glendronach. So that's what I have this week in whiskey news. If you have 25 G's, you can get yourself one of those, and it's time to talk to your retailers because the new Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A122 is out, and you can get it now at the retailers. I'll probably say Ohio, Texas, and all those places are the first people to get it. If you have friends, talk to them. Don't end up like me, because I tell you guys about shit, but no one end up helping me with shit when I need it. Like, I've been looking for the Jack Daniel Coy Hill for like 6 months now, and I was the first one to post about it. And
I still don't have one either.
What is wrong with this picture? How is it I put in the work for y'all?
I still don't have one either, man.
And none of y'all actually want to help me out with the Coy Hill that I told you all about. But it's Monday. Monday sucks. But there's one thing I want to talk about, and the reason why we have this man, the myth, the legend, coming on this show right now, is because I realized that the whiskey we're drinking make us sometimes feel macho, right?
Hmm.
Make us feel strong, make us feel like we're invincible. But if you know me and you're a close friend of mine, you know I always do a brother check-in. A brother check-in all the time. A brother check-in is for me, it's always, hey, how you doing? And if I have your phone number, I'll usually do a brother check-in. I don't do that because I need you to give me something or do anything, but I know how important mental health is to just check in on somebody. I came in this country when I was 19 years old without any parent, without any friends next to me, and I had to build everything on my own. And I know how important to just have somebody to just check in on you and see how you're doing. And this whiskey community is great because we drink, the truth is barrel proof. We drink barrel straight, but it's not because you can handle 140 proof in alcohol that it means that mentally you're doing great.
Sure.
You guys know him. You guys know him as the sheriff of Instagram. You guys know him as the man who is slapping all the scammers on Instagram. But what you guys don't know about this guest coming on is that he, when he's not being a sheriff, is worrying about how others are doing, how others actually are doing in their daily life. I was surprised to know that this man, as kind and as nice as he is, and slapping all those scammers, he's also somebody who is in mental health and worry, truly, genuinely worry about people. Without any further ado, right? Or in French, adieu, we say here. I want to bring in our guest of the day, and I added you on Instagram as well.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Our guest of the day. You guys know him as 911 Bourbon.
Mikey!
You guys
Hey,
know him as 911
Mikey!
Bourbon. I know
Hey,
him as
Mikey!
Michael,
Hey,
the man,
Mikey!
the legend, aka our sheriff of Instagram, but also an amazing mental health in the industry. So I just want to thank you, Michael. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
You guys
Thanks for
know him
having me.
as 911 Bourbon. Thanks for coming
Absolutely. Thanks, guys, for having me. Whenever you guys reached out, I got really excited about this. So I said, let's get it going, man. So,
on. So one of the things you guys don't know is that uh, a funny thing is I had a conversation. Like I know Tim. I've known Tim for a while, right? And Tim and I actually never actually had like what I would like to call, we had a bromance, but we haven't really had like a true conversation. Till one of these days was like a stressful week for him and for me, and we both were just talking that day, and it's like, dude, I'm not okay. And when I'm from Africa. When your brother look at you, they say a son should never see his father cry. Same thing as a younger brother should never see his older brother cry. But that means that something serious is happening. And when you see your own friends tell you, hey, I'm not okay, and they're telling you I'm not doing okay, I'm going to get some help and I'm going to do this. Somewhere we forget that people are around us all the time. And I forget that as well. It's not because we are laughing and smiling every day. That means we're doing okay. Right. So that's why I called today's show. Are you doing okay? Are you doing okay in the sense of, is dry January. People are doing dry January either because of their physical health or mental health. Uh, Michael, tell us a little bit about what you do in the mental health department.
sure.
What do you do?
So I'm on the bit more extreme side of things in mental health. So I interact with, let's put it this way, my specialty is dealing with individuals who are having the absolute worst day of their lives. And so what I try to do is meet them in that moment and try to see what kind of help that I can be to them, see what we can do for them. There's a lot of components of mental health, but that's just kind of what I do. I'm like essentially just a quick band-aid for these people, but in the long-term process of their healing is kind of what I do.
So what would you consider the worst day of somebody's life?
So I specifically deal with people who are suicidal, they're homicidal, or sometimes they're just experiencing just an increase in their symptoms. Their symptomology's gotten hold of them. So it could be like, psychosis and stuff like that, schizophrenia, things of that nature. So just kind of just a little bit of everything, just the most extreme circumstances. They actually bumped my position up into. They moved my office out of a building into a cop car now, so I'm actually riding around with the police and meeting these people out in the field, just cutting through all the red tape and just meeting them there in that moment, and just kind of going from there. So
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
You are daily doing the service next to the cop now, because also obviously what most people don't understand is, a lot of calls that these cops are getting not unnecessarily violence based, but those may just have an underline of mental health issues that are beyond just somebody getting tased or shot, or where they could just maybe they just need treatment or they just need help.
right. Yeah, it's amazing. Our program's still pretty fresh doing this. I think we just hit month 6, and our numbers have actually been really great. What we did was my team and I, we went through some police training prior to starting, and then we actually put the officers through some mental health course trainings, so they know what to kind of look like and what to say and what to do, things of that nature. Essentially our goal was to attempt to end the decriminalization of mental illness. And
Mhm.
so just in our first quarter, we had over 540 events that we had to do assessments with individuals, and less than 4% ended in arrest.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is a big deal.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge.
That is
They,
a
uh,
big deal.
they kept us busy. My team's only 6 of us. And so to have 545 assessments with that, I mean, we've been going. So,
That is a big deal. Thanks for
yeah.
what you're doing. I think more states should adopt that, because that will help quite a bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I think right now it's us. I say us, Nashville and Denver. So we're running the 2 bigger ones. I think Seattle's starting to adopt it here soon. But yeah, there's most likely going to be a push nationwide for this kind of program.
This is a big deal. It's a big deal.
Absolutely.
So somebody asked the question right away, like Jeepers had the question. Um, somebody asked the question. They say, uh before I continue with my line of question, what should I look for is someone a sign of someone being suicidal?
That's a
Okay,
good question.
that's a that's a great question. Typically, they're going to tell you. A lot of people, if they're having suicidal thoughts, they will. I mean, if you just ask them. Let me put this out here real quick. There's this myth that say like if I talk about suicide, someone's going to be suicidal. No, you're not going to make someone suicidal by bringing up the topic of suicide. So if someone has a suicidal thought, you can say, "Hey, look, are you feeling suicidal right now?" And you got to be direct with them about that. More than likely, they're going to tell you. And so like you can go down the path from there. But I want to be clear, like especially whenever we're talking about this kind of topic. Um, Stay away from the words hurt yourself, because that can kind of muddy the water there a little bit,
Mhm,
because there's a difference between wanting to hurt yourself and feeling suicidal. So there's things like self-injurious behavior, like cutting yourself, burning yourself, things of that nature, and then actually having a thought of wanting to end your life by suicide.
mhm.
But yeah, I mean, like most people, for signs of suicide, there could be just increased depression. There could be anxiety as well. There's more like psychological signs as well. I mean, we've all seen videos from like the news, kind of like on people with their bad days and everything like that.
Mhm.
One thing in particular is like 1,000-yard stare. Like they're just looking beyond you. They're not in the moment with you whenever they're talking to you. there could be things of like giving away possessions, like just giving away everything they have, with like no kind of remorse to that. So those are just kind of like
like detachment from what they own.
exactly, yeah, just giving away all personal belongings, because they're not going to have a need for it anymore, and so it's just kind of like that. But yeah, those are just some basic ones right there.
The person immediately sent a follow-up question and say, for someone, what action should someone take if someone tell them, someone tell them, hey, I feel suicidal.
Mhm.
What action should someone take?
Absolutely. It's a scary topic. And I'll be honest, like whenever I first started this line of work, it scared the crap out of me. But I think that if you have someone who's talking to you, like a friend or a family member who are saying they're suicidal, be brave and be with them in that moment and ask them, like, what is going on? Try to understand how they're feeling. Say, like, that really sucks. Don't try to sympathize with them, but more empathize with them. Try to understand what is going on for them to feel this way, that they're in so much pain that they want to end their life. So just ask them and say, like, do you have a plan to end your life by suicide? Do you have intent to end your life by suicide? What would make you feel better? Can I go with you to talk to someone who's better trained than I am about suicide? What can we do to help you in this moment right now? And just showing that just never ending support to that person.
So you heard it here. Like I said,
Yeah.
most people come on Monday, so think they're gonna actually talk about whiskey all day. But I always say we love people first. If you're here and you're drinking something or not drinking anything because it's still dry January, thank you for coming. We want to make sure everybody's doing okay. This month is usually the month where people are setting goals, people are checking their mental health, people are making sure that they're getting ready for the new year. And who better else to bring someone in the whiskey community that deal with some mental health issues to be able to help us navigate through some of these things that we do. Now, what do you think of people? Like, I will ask your opinion, but what do you believe when people say, hey, I need a dry month or I need a dry week? Because I feel like a lot of people will make fun of these people, like, oh, I've seen a lot of TikToks, a lot of things where people are like, oh, these pussy ass people are like, oh, you trying, what's he gonna do with a dry month? What would he do to you? So, from an expert, right,
Mhm.
in mental health, what do you believe? And you are a whiskey guy. Do you have dry
Absolutely.
month? Do you have dry weeks? Do you do that as well? Right.
I need to, right? So my wife and I, we actually got married on New Year's Eve, so I have yet to have the dry January. So
You got
uh,
married this New Year's Eve?
no, 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 no. We just celebrated 5 years. So
Okay.
That's
No,
what
I'm
the
like, dude.
yeah,
I knew
no, no,
you
no,
already married, but if you miss your wedding, I
no,
apologize.
no. But I'll say this: so, like, I think it really sucks that people would come in and kind of be like, that's week that you got to have a dry week or a dry month, like, just down, like coming down on you. Like, you don't need those people in your life. Cut them out. They're a cancer. Like, like, you're setting your goals for yourself. Like, if you want to feel better and be better, and like you believe that cutting out any kind of alcohol or whatever it is that your goal is to make you feel better, like, yeah, go for it. Like, please go for it. And I will cheer you on 100% of the time. Like saying, like, hey,
Just
look,
like on the show, we've been cheering you on for 3 weeks now, and this is week 4 of January. If you're here and you're having a dry January, put an F in the chat. We're here to support you. We're here to make you feel better about your decision to do a dry January if you want to, because you are somebody. We don't really care if you're drinking or not. I know some people here that come and see my show that are not really whiskey drinkers, but they just like the banter and they love the interaction that we have. So continue.
absolutely. So yeah, I mean, just like what you guys are doing here on the Instagram community, supporting each other and, achieving your goals, especially for dry January, like this is outstanding. I love it. You need to find groups like this that are going to continue to support you in your goals and what you're trying to achieve. That's just one of the things. And if someone comes in at you and say like, oh, you're a bitch for like, trying to, no, cut them out. See you by 2022. You're out. Gone.
Absolutely.
I mean,
You heard it here. There's nothing wrong with dry January, and there's nothing wrong if you continue in your normal journey. Now, I have to ask because we all, like me personally, I've seen the difference, right? I've seen the difference in my own health because obviously, you know, uh, sorry about that. Sorry
Very
about
good.
that. I've seen I've seen the difference in my own day to day. Is bet I felt better when I took a week off, worked on myself and whatnot, and then got back to managing really my you know managing my my health, right?
Mhm.
Make sure I work out consistently, make sure I'm taking care of myself and being conscious of it. It made a
Right.
difference. Would you recommend that to everybody that is in the whiskey industry? Like, you do need to be conscious that drinking does affect you.
100%. And I'll tell you this: like, I'm not an expert by any means when it comes down to this, but I can kind of just share what I know. So, whenever you drink, ultimately, it just changes your whole entire biophysical, chemistry. So, whenever you're drinking stuff like I'm losing the word for it, but essentially your serotonin levels go down in your brain. So that causes you to experience increased depression. Your sleep is actually going to be affected because of these things. So if you're drinking a lot, your sleep is going to just be poor. So coming off of a week of completely not drinking, like I'm sure that you're sleeping well, especially if you're exercising and everything like that. Like you're boosting your mood, you're boosting all those feel good hormones and everything like that. So yeah, I mean, like it definitely affects you negatively. I mean, like we all know alcohol is a depressant, and so it will mess with that. Uh, I forget whatever the scientific terms are for it, but absolutely, yeah, you'll see a decrease in serotonin whenever you're starting to drink heavily and everything like that. But once we start doing things that are good for us, obviously you start to feel better and you do better.
So kind of, you as a person, you kind of have to maintain balance, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely, you have to know
So
kind of like what is a good balance, right? So
right.
like, I'll speak on this. Like, so I kind of struggle with sleep apnea. It's kind of been a thing that's I've
Welcome to my
experienced all my
life.
life. Right? So
Welcome to my life.
yeah,
I'm always sleeping like
yeah,
almost killing myself in my sleep.
yeah. This has been something that I've been experiencing since I was a kid, right? So like I could never really go to like slumber parties or like party with the guys and stuff like that without like being tossed out on the in the pool on like a float up mattress or something like that, right? True story. But like I know like in my marriage, like it's kind of struggled a little bit, especially like on the nights whenever I drink excessively. There will be nights where she's like, "You stopped breathing for like 2 to 3 minutes," and I
Mhm.
was like shaking you, and then like I would finally like gasp for air. I don't feel rested or anything like that. So, like for me, I know that my limit at night is two, and that is it. Anything more than two, like it's not good for either of us. So, just kind of knowing your boundaries and setting your limits there. Balance.
I think the term you're looking for, Mister Great Shot, say dopamine.
Dopamine, exactly. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah,
Thank you, Mister Great Shot,
yeah.
for the lesson. A question came through to say, would you suggest that everyone get counseling, irrespective to their state of mind, if they're feeling a certain way?
Absolutely. It definitely doesn't hurt to try it. I think everyone could kind of benefit from it, and I think we're all starting to see on like TV, kind of like this push for um, just a circle of well-being, right? So like you got your physical, and then like you also need your mental as well, because one affects the other, right? So like if you're not feeling good, then obviously like you're probably not taking care of yourself. You're eating bad foods and things of that nature. If you are feeling good, I mean, or obviously like go eat a salad or something like that. Try to boost your mood, things of that nature, right? So yeah, absolutely. I think going to counseling is a huge thing. Like I'm going to counseling this week, especially for some things that I've experienced out in the work. So I'm really looking forward to just talking about it to someone, and just kind of just being honest, with what I'm experiencing.
So funny thing about counseling. I told people this before. Before I say that, Bourbon Judge, thanks for the badge, appreciate it. So funny thing is, as an African, mental health is not even talked about in our culture, right? So one of the things I struggle with for the longest time is if you what do you call it? If you go into a doctor, that means you're sick, right? So if I say I'm going to see a counselor, the first question that comes in is, "What's wrong with you?" Right? Uh, it took me to start dating my fiance, which is a mental health therapist, to
Awesome.
start understanding that, hey, people just go to counseling because
Just to
they
talk.
trying to talk things through. And another thing is how the American culture is, because in Africa, counseling is under the tree with your comrades and people that you trust, a circle of trust, and you just talk it out. And people just go, "Hey, shitty man, do this, or I can help you with this." But here we are kind of in a isolated kind of culture, so you don't have that circle of people that you can sit outside, in a good vibe with and just say, "Hey,
Mm.
shit, I'm struggling." and,
Right.
and they just, you get that there. You do have to talk to someone, and that kind of took the stigma away from going to counseling, because for me, you know, counseling was almost like, "Oh, you're sick. Something is wrong with you." That doesn't make sense for you to just wake up in the morning and go, "Oh, I'm going to counseling." Like something must be wrong with you. But the stigma was removed out of my head. Now, when people are saying I'm going to counseling, I'm like, "Oh, good for you. Good for you. You're talking it out with somebody." So there's
Absolutely.
no shame, right? There's no shame in going to counseling. There's no shame on talking to somebody, because the hardest thing is not even is not even going to counseling, is willing to talk to somebody
Mm.
about what's going on. And as a man, as an immigrant, and as a black man, it's very important for me to keep repeating that every day, that there is no shame. And if somebody makes you feel bad about you needing to talk to somebody about what's happening in your brain or what's going on, that person, just like Michael said, you need to be out of your life.
Absolutely.
So Tim is quiet. I need to let you talk for a minute.
I'm
Tim.
just I'm just absorbing, man. Like this, we've talked about this issue plenty of times on this show. So it's nice to have somebody else come on and talk about it as well. Um, one of the things that Rebecca and I and even Harrison have kind of been noticing now that we're out of the house that we were in is it wasn't just we weren't just unhappy, but the house actually I feel like it kind of had this weird like mental hold on us. So we're like kind of noticing like a lot of freedom mentally not being um not being in there anymore. So just being out of that house, like I don't know, you guys, like I'm sure anyone watching has probably noticed I haven't been as active on Instagram. That's just because I'm trying to get my new house put together, and I'm enjoying like life that I felt like I kind of forgot about because that house sucked it all out of me. So it's nice that we're talking about this again, and I hope this is an encouragement to anyone that's watching this or watching a rebroadcast of this that it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's written on my wristband, on my hand. Like I look at this every day. It's okay to not be okay. And yeah, I'm just happy that we're talking about this. And Mikey, I'm happy that you're here. Been
Absolutely.
trying to lock something down with you for a moment. So
Yeah.
it's all around. I like that you brought up Jack about we really had that moment when I was like, hey man, I'm not okay. That was that was the day, man. That's when I was like, yep, Jack's my people. I mean, I already knew you were my boy, right? But like I could have that conversation with you and say, hey man, I'm not okay. And you're like, all right, cool. Let me put everything else down. What's going on? And I was like, shit. All right, cool. That's everybody needs that in your life. And wherever you can go to get that doesn't have to be a family member. Um, it might be right in front of you and you don't even realize it. You know, it's it's having a lot of it's courage on your part because you have to step out and say it, and having the people that you can do that with. If you step out and you feel like there's somebody you thought you could trust and it didn't work out, guess what? Now you know for sure that you can't move on to the next person because I guarantee you there's more than one. There's probably a small handful of people that you have in your circle. You're like, I know I can trust this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. If one of those people give up on you, okay, cool. Now you just eliminated. You made your circle even tighter and closer, and it's just going to be better for you in the long run. Like Michael and Jack here said, guess what? It's 2022. Time to move on.
Michael, what are some tips that you give people to kind of have that good habit to keep up with their mental health? What are a few tips that you've learned? I mean, you are a mental health therapist, and you were telling me you go into counseling. So now I'm like, who the fuck am I to even say that I can't go to counseling? So what are some few tips you would give people, especially people that are maybe right now struggling with something? Maybe they're using drinking as a crutch to just manage it. What are some few tips that through your experience you've found that will help, maybe, manage those things and get you maybe in the right direction? It doesn't have to be your medical, your professional opinion, but just a few tips that you think will help.
Yeah. So like y'all kind of like hit the head on the nail there for just a minute. I'll be like, I'll just say this, like I've been lucky to have like the group of friends that I have and the family that I have, right? They've been super supportive ever since that we've met. And I say family, like it's more like my wife's family, right? Like I'm really, really close with them. If I need something from them, like they got my back. My boys are really tight. I've been with them for 13 years now. So we have really just kind of just locked in, and we're here for life with each other, right? What I'll say is this is kind of like I like to think of like a soda bottle, and you continue to shake it. You continue to shake it. This looks really weird that I'm doing it on the screen like that, but whatever. What's going to happen is like you have all that just energy just in here, just building up, building up, building up, and you got so much pressure, and then it just finally just explodes, and it just goes everywhere, right? And I feel like a lot of the time, like we as people like to keep all that inside, and it's just tearing us apart. Like it's just building up, building up, building up.
That'll be me. I'll be number one on that list.
Yeah, and so it's like the more that you shake that bottle, the bigger the explosion, and it's just not going to be good, and then naturally, like things come back. I hope that things come back, but I think what the thing is like you just need to tell the people kind of like how you're feeling in that moment, right? Shoot, I just posted on Facebook the other day. I was like, I saw someone post a little meme of something, and it kind of hit home a little bit. It was like we should start normalizing things that we say at funerals, at birthday parties.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was like, that was really big for me. It's like we leave so much love left unsaid. And I think it's time that we kind of really just start being in that moment.
Let me pin that comment. We should start. Let me put that.
We should start normalizing.
We should start normalizing. I'm an immigrant, so I have to write slowly. We should start normalizing.
And I'm dyslexic, so don't even ask me to write anything.
We should start normalizing.
It's like when you posted something, Jack, and you misspelled it, and you called me. And you're like, you saw it, misspelled it, right? And I was like, no,
no, I didn't.
No, you're asking the wrong fucking guy.
Things we say at funerals, at birthday parties, right?
Yep.
Birthday parties. Yep. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And I'm gonna pin this comment up so people can see it when they come in, because it's a big deal. It's a big deal because I feel like we leave a lot of things unsaid, and just hope that it disappears. It goes away. Uh, but I'm gonna pin it here as well, so people have it.
Little
We should,
scrolling banner.
yeah, start normalizing what we say at funeral, birthday.
Mikey, what's something that you found most comforting in this community besides sitting down and having conversations like this with other people that you know you can connect with? What's something that's helped just in general? Is there anything, or is
I think there's been just I've met a lot of real people, and it's just been really cool. Like I never really expected this. I've told you guys, this was just built as like a spoof account at first. Like I never expected this to like get up to like 4,000 followers. I was like, whatever. But like, dude, like just in like my like subgroups that I've got, like I mean, there's just been like just so much love and just so much like just a willingness to give back to the community, right? So like I'll say this, so like I live technically, I work in Nashville. I drive 40 minutes to work. I live in Southwest Kentucky, right? Which everyone knows we got hit by two tornadoes within the last 2 months,
Correct.
and one literally went right beside my house. That was crazy. And then just these other things. But yeah, I mean, just like a willingness to like give back to the community and to those individuals' communities, right? I mean, we saw like big wigs come in, raise money for my area here,
Right.
for personal friends of mine who have lost their homes and businesses and everything of that nature. Just to like personal things like hey, look, I can't buy diapers right now, or this or whatever. Like it's not all about money. I'm not saying that it should be about money. I'm just saying like there's just been like I never expected the response of these people in the whiskey community to just go out for people who we've never really met before and just like, hey, I got you.
You know what? A shout out to the people in the whiskey industry that always are ready to help, donate, and you know what, and always ready to actually jump in and help. I think the last year have proven to us, if nothing else, that there is people that are talking about it, but there's people that are truly about it. They will step in, they will jump in, not for the clout, not for recognition, but just because they just want their fellow human being to be okay. And there's a reason why I repeat every Monday that we are people lovers first and whiskey lovers second. Whiskey just so happened to bring us together, but we love people, and that's why we're here. I would not jump in here every Monday if I didn't know that there's some people that will say, "Hey, Jack, are you doing okay? Just want to check in, see how you're doing." We do this in the name of whiskey, but truly it's in the name of loving one another. Just being there for one another. It is tough, and I know this. I repeat this all the time. Being someone who came in this country alone, that grew up almost alone from the age of 19. I tell people all the time, it is not easy. The hardest feeling on this planet. I don't care how tall you are, how big your dick is, how beautiful of a person you look outside. It is not easy to be alone, to feel alone. I do not care who you are. And that affects more of your mental health and kills you on the inside more than any time. Any type of any disease that you may have. The hardest, I heard somebody say one time, the hardest disease to cure are the one we cannot see.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
So I have a good friend of mine that deal with bipolarism, that has a lot of suicidal thought and mental. And when he talks to me, I literally tell him all the time, being French, I always say, don't sugarcoat it to me.
Don't try to tell me how you think I want to understand it.
Tell me what it is. Tell me exactly what it is. I don't
Yeah.
care. Just
Yeah.
say it. Because there will not be any judgment here. I don't care. You are my people. So if you fuck up, I'm gonna help you clean it. I don't need you to explain to me why it went wrong. That's the rule.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you mentioned, one of the tips that I've learned a long time ago, especially being an immigrant from a culture that's quite judgmental, is leave the judgment outside if you truly are a friend. You can't call yourself a friend if if you are if you truly are judging. You know, there is this video on TikTok of this. A lot of people made a video say, "This is how cool my friends are. If I come and say we are burying a body, all they're gonna ask is where and what do I need. They're not gonna ask who, when, and how." So, what I'm trying to say here is that you want to make sure, you know, you want to make sure that you have that type of people in your life where there's no judgment zone, right? No judgment zone. That's the tip I give people. If you have people in your life that have no judgment zone, you already won in this life because you can be yourself around those people, good, bad, ugly, crooked, whatever you are, you can be you around those people. And that is truly a therapist. You just paid that one to be yourself around them. But I will tell you right now, another tip I've learned being in the whiskey industry, and my boy Whiskey River 66 will tell you, is that we use our drinking time or our what I like to call our consulting time as our our pretty much I would say our connecting time, right? So he tells me all the time, just like Tim, before he walks away from me, he always say, "I love you, brother." He always tell me that. I've never met him one day without him saying or leaving. He said two things every time he lived. Every time he leaves my house or I leave his house, he said, "I love you. And if you need anything, make sure you reach out." And this is a veteran, and this is somebody I've known for quite some time. But every time we sit down and having a drink, we use that opportunity as, the cone of the cone of the cone of confidence, the cone of no judgment is we talk about everything and anything. How's our week? Who is bothering us? Who is what is bothering us? But Steve will always say the same thing, and I don't understand why. When I met him, he always said, and he always bothers me. And then I realized that no, he really means it. Before we separate, we were together Friday, and before we I walked away from his car, he said, I love you, bud. And if you need anything, make sure you reach out." And it's kind of a big deal because it's always for somebody who grew up almost without family. It's kind of a reassurance all the time that you have somebody who not only love you, but you have somebody that you can reach out to at
Mhm.
any time. And that's a big deal. That's for me. That's better than any high limit credit card on this planet. That is a big deal.
Absolutely.
For somebody to be able to look at you and say, and those are the people you need to keep closer in your life. I love you, and if you need anything, call, reach out. You can't buy that at Walmart. You can't. And anytime I've ever said, "Hey, buddy, I need," it could be something as stupid as I need help moving something to, "Hey, buddy, I'm gonna do something important is happening. I need you here." He was there. He showed up. And those are, I would say, for the sake of your mental health, for the sake of you doing okay, you need more of those around you than the people that cannot stand by that line, that they truly and don't, things that you say, like you mentioned at funerals, we will walk in and hey, Jorlene, um, you know, things that we'll say at funerals, right? "I miss you. I love you. I wish you were here. Why didn't you tell me that when I was alive?" Right?
Yeah.
At my birthday party, remember to tell me that. "I miss you. I love you. And if you need me, I'm here." Don't wait till I'm in a casket for you to tell me those things. Don't cry for me. Cry of joy while I'm alive, while I'm here with you, because you're happy that I'm here with you. So when we say you should normalize things we say at funerals, at birthday parties, as if it's my birthday, rejoice with me that I'm still here with you. Rejoice with me because you're still here to tell me I love you. You're still here to tell me I miss you. You're still here to say, hey, I'm glad you're having a good time. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now. We come here every day. We talk about whiskey. We talk about bottles and whatnot. But I will even say, even you, Michael, it was a moment where you took kind of a step away from even the 911 thing for a minute, because I'm sure you were trying to work on your program and whatnot. But sometimes we don't know how to help people. We don't know how to reach out to people, and people will uh, you know, people will always say, one of the things that I'm told all the time is I'm too drastic in how I keep friendship. Right?
Mhm.
Is I either love you or I don't. I don't have middles, and the reason why is because I've only had people that either wanted my demise or people that truly love me. And I try my best to always be with the people that truly love me, no questions asked, right? No, truly no questions asked. And it's like, but I don't know how to be in the middle. I love you today, but I don't love you tomorrow, but I don't care about you, but I really do, or not. I don't know how. So for
Right.
my own mental health, I make differences. You either in bucket A or in bucket B. That's all.
And I think you said it right, because this shouldn't be like a middle school approach, right? We're getting older now. The people that we let in our circle, like they're either staying in our circle or they're not. You
Yep.
can't you can't half-ass anything on anymore. Like it's just not there. So if that person wants to be there, support you, encourage you, uplift you, love you, and you can do the same, by all means, get in here. Anything other than that, you're gone.
You're out.
I don't need, you coming in here, tell me, I should do this, I should do that. No, 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 no. We're lifting each other up. We're bettering each other. Anything else? No, I'm not taking it. So yeah, Jack, I think you got it
So
right.
some people always tell us that y'all get too emotional on here. You're like, they always, I get messages from Monday Sucks Game. You're like, I wanted just to come on a show and drink whiskey. You guys got me crying in the middle of my living room. Emily always said, I'm not crying, you crying. And that is very true, because somewhere, I told Tim when we were starting Monday Sucks, I say we will be the one show that people can walk in and relate to, right? I'm black and an immigrant. He's white with more tattoos on him than we can count, with a beard on and whatnot. And we don't look like we should be in the same room, but that's
Nope.
what it is truly about, right? Yeah, it's a new title. Monday, so Monday gets so emotional. It's no longer Monday sucks. It's Monday gets so emotional, and that's really what it's down to. Is really for us reminding you guys that we are people behind the Instagram 911 bourbon, behind the Instagram hood sommelier, behind the Instagram. We are people. Behind those handles that you guys see, we are people. So I want to remind everybody that don't sit in your corner and just think, oh my God, you know, I can say whatever, I can do whatever, I can, try to do whatever to these people, because we are people, which means we have emotion, we have feelings, we have families, we have all these things. And I myself, sometimes I have to remind myself that, because some people step up me the wrong way in this community, and I want to I want to step in and say, who the fuck you think you're talking to? But then I have to remind myself immediately at that same moment that that's somebody behind that Instagram, that handle, and whatnot. And for the sake of who they are and what I represent, I have to step back. So, um, Yeah, somebody say Emotional Monday is the new show. So I wanted to remind you all again that while it is not nothing is wrong with you if you're protecting your sanity and your energy. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. And if no one wants you where you are, Monday Sucks is your family. Monday Sucks is here for you. We are here. We will hug you and take you in because I will never want anybody to truly feel alone. That's just what I don't want. Don't feel alone. You should not feel alone. And I'm sure if you're anywhere in the Kentucky, Tennessee area, and you need referrals to go talk to somebody, he is the sheriff of Instagram. But I'm sure he'll be more than happy to send you a referral to go talk to X, Y, and Z because you're not okay. And and that's why I wanted Michael to be on today because I'm like they know you as the sheriff, the order maker of this online thing, but I don't think they're using you to the fullest of your ability, which is, he knows whiskey. He will stop the scammers, but more than anything, if you're not doing okay and you live in Kentucky, Tennessee, or in that area of Tennessee, reach out to him. Say, hey, do you think he may not help you because that's not his job, but he can refer you to someone that can help you.
Absolutely.
And really bring you in. So that's really why I wanted you here.
So I'll say this for anyone else outside of my region, just go to counseling.org and you can find someone near you. And they're going to be licensed therapists just like me. You'll see all their recommendations, their reviews, and everything of that nature.
I will put that on so people actually are aware. I will add that here.
Look at this chat's going off too. There's people saying, "I got you here, I got you there, I got you." This is dope.
There we
I
go.
got you if you're in Colorado. Okay, we see. So
I love this show.
Yeah.
I love this show.
Some people have you if you're in Colorado. We have some account here. So pay attention to these accounts that are here because I can tell you right now, more people are willing to help you than you know. You're not alone. You're not alone.
Top Dog made a comment over on YouTube. He said, "I look forward to this show every Monday. I'm so glad I found you. I found you on Repeal Day and one of your seminars."
Absolutely.
Go.
Did you say counseling.org?
.org. Yep.
How do you spell counseling again?
I'll get it up there for you, Jet.
All right, because somewhere,
and then you can pin his comment.
Yeah, somewhere my immigrant threats is kicking in.
No, you're all good. And then, just for anyone else, like if you find yourself struggling with your consumption or anything like that, they do have AA online completely for free. So all you have to do is just Google it, and you can join just a little chat room and talk to people. I mean, I know COVID's kind of put a strain on everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just if you find yourself struggling, you really need to talk to someone, but kind of want to, just remain anonymous or just, you're not there yet to fully participate in person or anything like that. They do have those sites available online for free.
My fiance jumped in and says psychologytoday.com as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is a good one to find a good fit if you have specific needs for a mental health therapist. You want someone that is maybe understand your sexuality or where you stand or how you're doing. Maybe your certain race or something that you're looking for. And one thing I wanted to bring to people's attention. Have you ever looked at any bottle that is Diageo bottle?
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring that to people's attention because I feel like when you say, "Well, you have a problem drinking," you have a problem drinking. Make sure you reach out to someone. And people always say, "Oh, I'm not an alcoholic, or I'm not blah blah blah." And I have to remind people of this. Hold on. Let Michael have to get you out and then get you back in. I think your thing is drop out. Okay. Yeah. Now I can get you back in.
It's on the back of Beam bottles too, Jack. It's not the same one you're going to talk, but it's drinksmart.com.
So
I don't remember what it is for Diageo.
Diageo is Drink IQ.
DrinkIQ.
DrinkIQ.com.
And then,
So
yeah.
one of the reason why I'm bringing this thing up is because somewhere there's a whole department that is set in this multi-billion company to just talk to you about if you're not feeling okay about drinking and need help, you can reach out to. I just want to remind everybody that this brown liquor that we have, we know the pros and the cons. The abuse of anything is negative for you. I don't care if it's I don't care if it's chips or I don't care if it's alcohol. I don't even care if it's ice cream. The abuse of anything can be negative. So if you look at any bottles that you're having, there's a reason why they put Drink IQ, Drink Smart, and all these places. And there's a reason why some people will actually even put drink responsibly behind their bottle. Because somewhere they want to remind you that this is good for you to a certain point. After that, it may not be so good for you. So there's nothing that may not be wrong with you now. But if you have that feeling that, hey, I can't stop, or I'm pushing my limits and whatnot, it's okay. I actually went on Drink IQ. I'm like, oh, let me check this thing out. What is it about? So they'll ask you questions: how many times you drink a day, how many ounces you drink in a day, and whatnot, and what you have a week. And they'll give you like tips and tricks, like, oh, make sure you drink some water before you actually start drinking. Make sure you have some food before you drink. They give you just little normal things that you want to hear from a friend, and it's very friendly. So yes, we are here. We talk about whiskey, but even big brands that when you even go to them to work with them, the first thing they will tell you is, "Hey, we know the truth is barrel proof and blah blah blah. We're gonna fuck it up and whatnot." But what they want to know is, are you also conscious that people have to be responsible?
Mhm.
So if you're in the game right now and you're like, oh, this brands don't want to talk to me or this thing, I mean, there is a reason why sometimes I'm afraid to do a chug because some brands are looking at me. And if I want to chug something, I have to kind of be careful because, like, okay, it's fun and all, but somewhere also it does give that impression that you're pushing people in the corner that they shouldn't.
Yep.
So the drink responsibly, the drink IQ, the drink smart, those things are just there to remind you that it is okay. It is okay to have as much libation as you want, but know your limit. You have to be smart about it. So I wanted to bring that up to just remind everybody that if you look behind every bottle of Diageo or, is it Wild Turkey you said, or
Beam.
Beam, every Beam, the website is there, the phone number is there. You can call. If you're afraid to go on AA online, call, check some out. I can tell you right now, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. And this is my daily reminder to everybody, to my daughters, to the people I love. I have to remind them there's nothing wrong.
Atticus, what's up, buddy?
There's nothing wrong. If you're not okay, it's okay. Just the most important part is taking the step just to
Dude,
actually.
I will go as far to put this out there too. I don't know how many people watch this show locally, but if you're here in Louisville and you legitimately want to go to a meeting and you need someone to go to and you don't feel like you can ask anybody, I will straight up go with you. No fucking questions, no judgment. I will go with you. It's
Meetings
there
are
for
cool.
you. I enjoyed going to meetings when I needed them. I know that's a thing that you can get addicted to as well, but that's a whole other topic. That's a whole other topic. But there for that too. I'm happy to be a part of that.
You know, the funny thing is, I will tell you. One time, I was volunteering, and I will tell you my story about meeting. So I was volunteering at the place that is like a soup place that I was volunteering, and 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 they had a meeting. So you know, awkward African guy in the middle of a meeting, and they all sit down. I just saw some very delicious donuts. donuts. So I'm like, okay. I got done with my thing. I walked in, and one of the guys, because I was stepping by the door, I didn't know if it was like a public event or because we just gave food to the homeless and people were leaving. So I don't know if it was like a public event or something. And next thing you know, I'm like, the guy's like, oh no, come on in, come on in. You want some donuts? I'm like, hell yeah, I want some donuts. So I go in and I have this donut. And of course, I have this donut and I have a little bit of coffee there, and I'm just getting ready to leave. And the guy says, "Oh, sit down." So I sat down and I'm in the group, and Lord behold, it's like, "Hey, I'm Jim, and I'm an alcoholic." I go, what is this going on around here?" And believe it or not, I spent an hour in that place. And they came to me and they're like, "You want to share?" I'm like, "Oh no," and they're like, "Oh, no problem at all. You can." And the craziest thing was like, oh my god, I'm a fucking asshole. Oh my god, because all these people here are here pouring their heart out, and I just came for donuts. That's the only thing that got me in this room. But I was also like the first three people, I was being very judgmental. I'm like, what? You were court ordered to be here. I'm just here for donuts. Like my whole mind was racing over and over and over, right? But by the time somebody said bourbon glazed donuts, by the time I got there and we were done, I had to. It reminded me immediately that no, dude, you're not special. All these people are high earners, have done well in their life, have done really great, were at the top of their life and realized there was a problem. Either because they were forced to realize there was a problem or there was a problem. Somebody had an interesting question for us. Birdie's Bourbon want to know what is our day jobs. Let's remind Birdie Bourbon what we do for a living.
So I'm a mental health counselor Monday through Friday, and on Saturday and Sundays, occasionally I get to be Mr. Wedding DJ. So I get to party on the weekend.
We got hidden talents around here.
Yeah. So I've got my biggest year yet. I've got 28 weddings already scheduled for this year.
Wow. Wow. Okay. We need to talk. We need to talk, brother.
Damn.
I may have something that you need as well. Okay.
Hit me
Tim?
up.
Wow. I manage a bar here in Louisville. It's one of the greatest whiskey tasting bars in Louisville. You come hang out there, and when I'm not there, I'm hanging out with my family and curating for an app that should be releasing here soon. We'll see how it goes, but it's an app for this industry. It's going to be really cool once it's done. But
All right.
that's what I do. Jack, hit him with the good stuff.
So I had some changes in my life, but by day I'm an insurance and financial service professional. So I'm now an independent agent, so I quote insurance, car, home, health, life insurance. And the reason why this subject always important is because when people come talk to me about life insurance, I'm usually the person that they call if something is changing in their life or they lost somebody in their life, and I'm the one who have to deliver the check to them. So by day, for the last 13 years, I've been in insurance and financial industry. So I do insurance all day, every day. I protect livelihood and futures of people. But when I'm not doing that, obviously online, I'm known as a hood sommelier. But one fun fact about me is I'm an ordained minister. So I do marry people quite a bit at weddings, and I try to keep it among friends and people that I know because I like to make my wedding fun. But more than anything, I do a lot of events. So I posted today that I love holding the mic. As a wedding DJ, that's how I actually went through my first 3 years of in 2000 from 2003 from 2004 to 2007. That's literally how I made it through college. Is I would marry people, and then I would DJ their wedding, and I would get paid and go home. So that's one thing I love. I love
Mr.
doing.
DJ Minister.
Yeah, I really do love seeing people happy and bringing people together, and that's usually I've been an MC. I've always been called to MC weddings since 2004. So any event in the African community, any weddings, anybody that every time they need an MC, they're like, "Oh, bring Jack in. He knows what the fuck going on." So uh, when I'm not doing that, I'm always about bringing people together and having a good life. I miss my career as a stand up comedian, so that's not coming back. My daughter doesn't think I'm funny, so that's out.
Mikey,
So
What's your DJ name?
So it's just DJ Mikey B is like kind of what I just go by. That's my, so that's
oh
just
my
it's just real
god,
simple.
you could be any more cornier, DJ
Hey,
Mike.
hey. So that was just so the funny thing, Jack. You know, you brought it up. Like, I was in a fraternity in college, right? And so my big brother in college, he was like the college DJ. He was the guy. And so his problem was is that he had terrible time management. So he would like double book all these places or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, dude, I need you to go cover for him." I'm like, "I don't know one thing about mixing music. What are you talking about? Me? Like, come on." So from there, it's just been a blessing. Like my friends have asked me to DJ their weddings. Next thing I know, like I'm building a business, a website, getting a LLC on top of all these things. And now, like I said, like 29, 28 weddings this year. So it's just it's been awesome. So it's like we used to call ourselves like Team B. It was me and my wife. So she would do like all the wedding coordinating, and then I would do that, like the MC, the music, everything. But since we had baby girl, she kind of taken a step back from that. So it's kind of just been just me there. But yeah,
Yeah.
Is
That's
there a
I
song?
like to
Is there
tell
a
people.
song you
I
won't
told
play
you
at a
guys
wedding?
that this year my goal is simple. We're gonna do Monday Sucks Got Talent, and we're gonna put up prize. And the goal here is that we're gonna actually have this one on. It's not gonna be on Instagram. It's gonna be on YouTube because we can do more there. And the way we're gonna do it is Monday Sucks Got Talent. We're gonna do a bracket. It's gonna be a whole month event. Every week we are going to have some people that are gonna come and show us their talent. It could be a presentation, stand-up comedy, DJ, whatever it is that you do. We want to because there's so much people in the community that have so much talent, and no one knows about what you do. So Monday Sucks Got Talent. I'm hoping we can do it in September, and there'll be an award show. We're gonna have finalists every week. We're gonna have one finalist out of the group, and then the last week we are gonna have the four people of each week that are gonna battle against each other. And Monday Sucks Got Talent, and this year I'm doing it. Monday Sucks Got Talent. I want to know what talent you have. It could be farting out there, doing whatever you do, blinking rapidly, word Guinness record. I don't care. Whatever you have, I want to know about it. I want you to shock the people. I want you to surprise the people so we can actually have Monday Sucks Got Talent on. Um, I didn't want to keep you more than an hour, but the conversation kept going. But I want to make sure that I let you go back to the family. I know you're a daddy.
it's all good. All good.
I want to make sure that you know that we love and appreciate you for what you do on and off Instagram. And for people that don't know you off Instagram, now,
Sorry.
I feel sorry. It's even Siri say, if you don't know him from Instagram, sorry, you are not cool enough. But I want to remind everybody that we are here, right? That's really what I want everybody to remember from this whole show. It's not to entice you. It's not to bring up any issues you have. So I apologize if you're triggered in any way by what was said here. The goal here is to create the safe space for you to be yourself and be able to reach out to anyone that you feel comfortable in the community to reach out to, and remind you that there is more than one of us in the community, and open arms. If you don't feel like you belong anywhere, you belong at least at Monday Sucks show. You belong here.
Agreed.
We are an eclectic group of people. Come with all shit. color and form, and we are here just to make you feel at home. Any last word? Any last word, Michael, for the people?
Yeah. Look, yeah, just reach out to any of us. We're all here for you guys. On the 911 side of things, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. So no one's giving you that bottle of Pappy 15 for 150 bucks. As much as I wish they would, but yeah, if you got someone that looks kind of sketchy, send them my way. I'll try to get to you as fast as I can.
Oh, hold on. I have to ask, how many people in 2021, how many account of scammers did you have banned?
I would have to go back through my report and look.
I know you're a number guy. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, it was quite a few. I mean, I want to say around 50 or so that we got shut
50
down.
account.
Yeah.
So if you're online and somebody is giving you that good of a deal, amazing good of a deal, it could be real, but guess what? Send it to 911 Bourbon and say, hey, can you please, this thing doesn't seem right. Sometime I usually send the same message. I say, Lieutenant, we got a live one. Because usually someone who's trying to sell me a bottle of Blanton for $10 and telling me they're gonna DM me and give me a whole PayPal account or whatnot. So
yeah. And another cool thing is like they're starting to recycle a lot of these photos, right? So what I would say is this: like if it's a closed bottle, just type in whatever hashtag it is. It is probably going to be in the top 100. That picture right there. But I would definitely encourage all of our followers open them bottles up, open them up. The scammers don't like open bottles, so open your bottles up if you're going to take a picture with it, and then just golly, like if you could learn how to like do a watermark and add that to your photo, like it just makes it pop. It looks so cool. So like I use Canva for all my stuff. So anyone who wants to like just kind of expand their Instagram kind of content, learn how to do a watermark, throw it on your photo. It'll help everyone out there. So
is scammers hate watermark, and I actually if they use your photo with a watermark, usually take Instagram about 30 minutes. If you actually say it in your comment that they using your watermark, they usually can go and shut down that picture immediately before even you don't even need to reach out to anybody. They can shut that thing down right away.
Yeah. So watermarks are huge. Let's see more watermarks this year.
Yes.
All
For
right.
2022, use more watermark on your pictures so scammers don't use it to scam your people in the community and get something out of them.
Yep.
Or in my case, block users of bots that are coming on the on my IG. But I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much for coming on and so much for being here. This one is going to be short and sweet. I don't know if Tim is planning on doing an afterglow.
It's Rebecca's birthday tomorrow, so I'm gonna go hang out with her tonight.
Yeah. Put that birthday work in. Put that birthday work in.
If you know Rebecca's account, please shoot her a happy birthday. I want tomorrow to be extra.
I'll be sure to jump in tomorrow and
I want tomorrow to be extra special for her.
You guys know Rebecca's account. Wish her happy birthday. For all of you guys, every Monday, I want to tell you thank you so much for being here. Remember, share. This show is actually very special. If you have a whiskey group, when we close this, go ahead, share it in all your group. Let people learn something. As usual, he's 911 Bourbon. Make sure you actually give him a follow. I'm sure on your thing you'll probably see who followed you from the live. But 911 Bourbon is there to help you. Scammers get slammers.
Scammers get the slammers.
So that's 911 Bourbon. That's what he's about. And he is Tim Van Riper. He's always the educator and the turkey head of the group. And I am Jack Bigadoo, aka the Hood Sommelier. And I'm just here to actually build a big old family. So if you want to be part of my hood, make sure you jump in and we're gonna have a good time. Michael, thank you for being here.
Thank you guys.
I can't thank you enough. If you don't follow 911 Bourbon, like I said, you are missing out. You're missing out. You need to do it right now, ASAP. Guys, we'll see you next Monday.
We have a
I think
special
we're-
guest next Monday.
Yeah, I think we're having a special guest
we have a
next
special
Monday.
guest next Monday.
Yeah, next Monday we have a special guest, and we'll make sure to announce it. Michael, thank you for coming again, and we will see you.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers,
Great
dudes.
seeing
Cheers.
Thanks for coming on, brother.